Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today TV. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand all the latest cues from the markets today, starting from the benchmark index moves to sectoral action and all the stocks that are buzzing the most in trade. We get you expert views to find out where exactly are opportunities emerging for you as equity investors. But first up, a quick check as to how the benchmark indices, the Nifty and the Sensex, are moving at this point in time. Well, halfway through the trading session and you're seeing some subdued move on the markets today. 19,712 on the Nifty, 66,400 on the Sensex. That's about 121 point of a dip. Both the indices are down by 0.2%. Let's move on to see the broader markets, the mid and the small caps, to see where the action lies in that space as well. And then we will move on to the sectoral indices as well. Both the mid and the small cap indices are also showing tad bit of momentum on the downside. The mid cap 100 index absolutely flat at 37,700 currently. Let's look at the Nifty Bank also to see what is the level that we're looking at. The small caps are still inching up higher in trade today. You can see a 0.6% move. So the small caps are really attracting all the move in today's trading action. The Nifty Bank subdued by 0.3% odd in today's trading session. Among the other sectors, if you see, there's more largely the broader markets are still trading in the positive zone, but the gains are actually very limited in today's trading action. If you spot, some of the gains that are being seen are in the IT pack in today's trading space. That's the sector that's still moving up higher by almost 1%. So you're seeing some move on that index. Looking at stocks like Forge, Tech Mahindra, LTIM, LTTS, all of those stocks are moving up in trade. Persistent, TCS up by 0.5% as well. So the big heavyweights are just up 0.5%, but it's the small cap IT names that are actually doing better in trade and attracting more moves in today's trading action. Apart from this, very flattish move on metals, on pharma and FMCG, but most of the other sectors are now actually looking under pressure. The PSU banks have slipped to the lowest point, 0.6% down in trade. The realty stocks are down by 2% odd or so, and which is why you're seeing large portion of the markets also drifting lower in trade as well. The auto stocks are in focus, and that's going to be the discussion point also today. It's down by 0.3 odd percent, but some of the stocks are actually doing well. Eicher Motors 1.2% up, Motherson, M&M, these are the stocks that are buzzing in trade. So let's welcome our guest on the show. Mr. Vineet Bulinchkar joins in. He's the head of research for Ventura Securities. Welcome, sir, and thank you so much for taking the time out for this discussion. First up, a quick comment of yours on the markets per se. What is the sense you're getting in terms of the large consolidation we've been witnessing? What lies ahead for the markets?
So, we are sitting amidst two forces which are tearing at each other. One is oil has moved up very fast. We are breaking out towards 90, and that can put a spoke in the growth story because then the inflation will catch up and, the RBI will be forced to act. But on the other side, we are hitting the uh, festive season, and we should see pickup in investments, and the Kharif crop has been very good. So, depending upon how oil moves, I think that we will be hitting 20,500 on the upside once we break 20,000. And till then, I think the market will remain choppy with a floor at around 19,500 as we speak currently.
Okay, understand that. Let's focus on the auto pack. Of course, that's in news because of the auto sales that are coming about. We also saw Maruti's earnings yesterday as well. First up, if we look at the entire Nifty auto basket performance, the last 4 or 5 months have been, good returns for the Nifty auto index as well. About 20-25% of a surge we've seen on the auto basket. Some of the stocks, even in today's trading action, like Hero Moto, Ashok Leyland, Bharat Forge, these are the stocks that have already hit their 52-week high levels, and many are also inching closer to those levels as well. I want to understand first up the broad reasons of what has really changed for the auto basket over the last 3 or 4 months, and what is the outlook for the auto space from your side?
So the first thing is that the feel that we are getting from the auto companies is that the steel or the raw material price cost inflation is not going to be very significant going at least 1 year out. The reason being that China's rebound story has not really played out, although China has been announcing a lot of measures. So we expect the outlook on commodities to be not very grave, and that should aid the entire pack of auto stocks. Apart from this, if you were to just kind of focus on the uh, focus on the earnings, if you look, you see Maruti has come out with stellar numbers, and
Yeah.
so has Aisha Limited. So I believe that these two stocks will lead the auto pack. And notwithstanding the fact that Bajaj Auto and Hero Honda, Hero Motors are trying to come out with uh, models which are challenging the supremacy of Aisha. So
Correct.
we believe that these, and along with this, the CV story should play out very strongly for the market. So Aisha, Maruti are our top picks, followed by Tata Motors, and to a certain extent Hero Honda.
Hmm. Okay, understood that. Apart from this, Vineet, I wanted to understand from you specifically when we talk about the trend in the passenger car market. You know, the aggregate market is growing at about 5-6%. SUVs are growing in double digits. The sedan is not really growing at this point in time for the car makers. Do you see that companies like Maruti, which have a big presence in the sedan market, they actually could be facing some rough weather because they are aiming to become the SUV leaders going forward. But if your sedan is not really selling, then you will have an impact on the margins. Your realizations could take a hit. What would you say to that part?
So if you notice, Maruti's SUV portfolio from 6% went to 13% as of last year. And
Hmm.
this year, they're aiming to make 25% contribution from the SUV space,
Hmm.
making it the largest SUV play in the country. So that's a very, very strong rebound. And as the sedan portfolio increases, the average selling price of Maruti's cars, or average realization that you call, is going to significantly ramp up. And even if you keep flat margins, which the company reported, should lead to very, very strong gains in top line as well as the profitability, and that is reflected in the current numbers where the PAT has almost doubled.
Hmm. Okay. What about Tata Motors specifically? Do you think there is an upside risk to the estimates further, or do you think the best has already been priced in?
So, we had a target of 730 for 2 years when we initiated in April, and we are sitting very close by to that number. We are around 650 odd levels. So, we are not too much upside for a 18-month perspective. Having said that, we believe that the FAME continuation of the EV subsidies are a very strong force for the company. Also, their global portfolio is ramping up. So, we have moved Tata Motors from a convincing buy to a add sort of position. We continue to expect surprise on the higher side, and while we have not upped our guidance as yet on the target price, we believe that if the growth story continues, then we would have to push up our price target even higher. But as we speak, Maruti, Aisha Motors are our top picks, followed by Tata Motors.
Okay, got that. What about the two-wheeler space then? You did mention that, you know, a lot of changes are happening, launches are happening, people are, these two-wheeler makers are getting into fierce competition in the highest selling bracket as well. Who do you believe is likely to stand out? There have been new launches, like you pointed out, the Hunter 350, for example, took place recently from the Aisha's Triumph, and, you know, of course, Harley. We've been talking about all of these. So which is the best place two-wheelers, according to you, the company as per the stock investment is concerned?
So, I would be akin to draw parallels from the sedan market. If you see in the PV segment, the entire market has moved from the low cost sedan to the SUV segment. So I believe that in the two-wheeler space also, we are at a, it might be early to say, but we are at an inflection point where the higher value bikes are getting good growth prospects. And so I expect the entire market to continue to move up. In line with that, I believe that a focused play like Aisha Motors will continue to stand out, and not only from the domestic market but also from the increasing market share in the exports.
Yeah. Okay, understood that as well. So that's as far as the bulk of the automakers are concerned. But how are you looking at some of the tractor majors amid the monsoons, and, you know, how are you looking to play all of those names?
So, while M&M has already moved up, I am liking Escorts as such. And while the stock has not been in focus and it's moved about 5% this month, I expect strong traction to come in from escorts, and that would be my pick going ahead.
Okay, got that. Well, many thanks, Vineet, for being with us on the show and discussing the entire auto basket and helping our viewers to understand how to play the uptrend in the auto space currently and which are the best stocks to actually look at for upside going forward from here too. And with that, the Nifty auto drifting to the lower point of the day, 0.36% down in trade. The entire markets are looking at some pressure building up, especially the realty, the auto basket. Most of the broader markets actually inching down. It's the small caps that are still holding up in trade. So we'll continue to watch out for what is the trend for the markets in the second half of trading action and where exactly should you be putting in your money to stay on the profitable side of the market as well. So do stay tuned onto Business Today TV to catch all the updates from the world of business and stock markets. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel as well and also continue to engage with us on our other social media platforms too. Many thanks for tuning in. Until then.
Now, the shares of Jet Airways hit the 5% upper circuit today, extending their 7-day gains to 30.